Notice on questions 7 through 10, now I want you to use elimination. So if we take a look at question 7, let me blow this up a little bit. Notice if I add them, the y's will cancel. So elimination works really nice here. 6x plus 3x is 9x. And then my y's, they cancel, don't they? So equals 27. I'll divide both sides by 9. X equals 3. Now I'll pick one of my equations, and I think I'm going to use the second equation, and I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to go 3 times 3 plus 7y equals 6. So 9 plus 7y, I don't know why I put 9 there, but it's supposed to be a 7, equals 6. Well, then I'll minus 9 from both sides. And we get 7y equals 3. Divide both sides by 7. Y is 3/7. So as an ordered pair, the solution to my system is 3, 3/7. And that one probably would not have worked out very well. Oh, by the way, it's negative, isn't it? I almost forgot that. Negative 3/7, because 6 minus 9 is a negative 3. That one would not have worked out very well with graphing because of that negative 3/7. You get a repeating decimal, but it doesn't repeat for a few digits, so you won't see that on the graph. Okay, now, number 8, we still want to use elimination, but those fractions make it kind of ugly, don't they? I could maybe, in fact, let's do that. Let's work with the fractions at first. And notice, trying to get my pointer here, there. Notice 2/3 and negative 1/3. So if I just multiply the bottom of the equation by 2, my y's will cancel. And 2 times a half, oh, I don't have a fraction anymore, do I? Minus 2/3 y equals 1. I think I'll write the other equation just below that. 2x plus 2/3 y equals negative 8. Then I'm going to get 3x. And once again, just like my first one, my y's are going to cancel. And I'll get equals negative 7. So I'll divide by 3. Whoops. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Anybody see the mistake? I didn't multiply the 1 by 2. There we go. So it's not negative 1. It's negative 6. So I divide by 3. X equals negative 2. There's my x. Now let's find y. And I don't think it really matters which equation we use. None of them are going to work out nice. Let's use the top one. So in my top one, I want to move my screen up here so we can write a little bit more. So I'm going to say 2 times negative 2. And then we say plus 2/3 y equals negative 8. And so now we can simplify that equation. So we get negative 4 plus 2/3 y equals negative 8. Well, let's add 4 to both sides. And once again, my 4's cancel. That's what I wanted to happen. 2/3 y, let's bring that down, equals -4. Well, let's multiply both sides by 3/2. So I get y. 2 goes into 4. 2 times -2 times 3 is -6. So although we have fractions galore in that one, we end up with two whole numbers for an answer. So -2, -6 works out nice on that one. Okay, now let's take a look at the ones with decimals. Well, the first thing I'm going to do, I don't like to work with decimals, although I probably could. Well, let's get rid of the decimals first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply in both equations. I'm going to multiply by 10 so I don't have any decimals. So I get 2x plus 5y equals 7. And -2x minus 6y equals -14. Combine those straight off the bat and notice 2x minus 2x, I don't have to do anything. 5 minus 1 is -y. 7 minus 14 is -7, which means y is +7. Let's use this equation because that has nice whole numbers. So I'm going to say 2x plus 5 times 7 equals 7. So we can simplify that. 2x plus 35 equals 7. I will minus 35 from both sides. And then we get 2x equals -28. I'll divide both sides by 2. X is -14. So my solution is -14 and 7. And there's your answer to that one. Let's take a look at question number 10. Unlike question number 8, it gets kind of ugly to get these to cancel since we have fractions. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite my first equation with no fractions. So what's the common denominator between 2 and 5? Well, that's 10. So half of 10 is going to be 5x. 5 goes into 10 2 times, so 2 times 2 is 4y. 10 times -10 is -100. Now I'm going to write below that 3x plus 6y equals -6. Neither one of these are easy to cancel. I'm going to look at 5 and 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the first equation by 3, because that'll be 15, x. The second equation will multiply by -5, so I'll get -15x. So let's write that below it. 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times 4 is 12y. And 3 times -100 is -300. I'm getting some big numbers here, aren't I? Then I'm going to go -15x minus 30y equals +30. Because a negative times a negative is a positive. Once again, the reason I did this, I want my x's to cancel out. So then, 12 minus 30, that should be -18y. And then -300 plus 30 is -270. I will divide both sides by -18. Use your calculator. 270 divided by 18, well, that's going to be 15. Now let's go back and find y. And I think I'll use my second equation. I'm going to find y, or x, I'm sorry. I'm going to find x. So we're going to say 3x plus 6 times 15 equals negative 6. Now that'll be 3x plus 6 times 15 is 90 equals negative 6. I will subtract 90 from both sides. So we bring down the 3x. My 90s reduce out, or cancel out, and I get negative 96. We'll divide by 3. X is negative 32. Notice on both my elimination problems, I started off with something kind of ugly, but I ended up with nice whole numbers. Negative 32 and 15 is what we should get for a solution there. And that's it for that page.